Hi everyone, it's Bobbie at the Paper Jungle. A few weeks ago, maybe just a week ago, it's been recently, I shared this little quad folio that I had made using Here Comes the Bride, and I had a request to do a tutorial for it because I had not done a tutorial at the time. So that's what I'm doing today. I do want to show you, though, I've made a few changes, but my cut list will give you the measurements and the tutorial will include the directions for both of them. So this one just opened like this with photo mats, and then on the inside you had a 3-flap waterfall on each side with a pouch pocket in the two center pieces, and then this was your other waterfall. And then I had created a little banner with the cricket that says Wedding Memories. So that is what I did the first time. Now for the tutorial I have used Autumn Orchard, I think. Let me see if that's the name of it. Yes, Autumn Orchard, and it's another exclusive collection from Kraft Creations, and the colors in this are just beautiful. All the earth tones, the rust, and then she's got teal throughout. So I just used the truck for my front, and I cut out a small tag and put a little bit of embroidered lace on the bottom. I added one of her cut-aparts, a little gold ribbon, a leaf, and this package of leaves did come from Kraft Creations. She sent it with another kit, and I forgot I had them and didn't even use them. And they're really neat. They're almost like fabric on a vellum background. They're really pretty. So I put one leaf under the cut-apart and added a couple buttons, and I ran some of this gold twine through it. And then you can see I lost the front of the bumper here, so I carried it around to the side. And then there's the back. And then here's your two end pieces. I've got it pretty full this time. So I just added some teal ribbon from my stash. And I have 2 photo mats on each of the inside flaps. Then when you open it out, this time I decided to do a full waterfall all the way down. And it's held with a magnet. It's not a real tight magnet, but it does hold it pretty well. And it's built on a belly band. And I have a tag up under this one. And there's room for tons of stuff under here. So, let me get it up over the butterfly. I forgot to put a ribbon in that one. But it just opens like this. And I did a little bit of stamping on the inside, just like that. But you can cover that with a photo. The reason I use stamps is so I didn't have any extra bulk. And so that gives you 6 photos on each side. And then on this first inside panel, I just have a little pocket folder I made. And I put some of the cut-aparts in it, and then I used a little piece of cardstock to pull them up because they always fall in the bottom and they're hard to get a hold of. It's hard to stick your fingers down in there when you don't have a gusset. So I put them in here so that you can get them out easy. And it doesn't need a magnet because it just sits down in the pocket. You close this up so we have space here. And here's your second waterfall. This is just a repeat of the first one. In this pocket, I have a couple of tags that I made. These are just Tim Holtz embellishments. This is just, I did a little stamping on a Kraft. It was a die I used to make the tag. And then I just put some scraps on it with one of the cut-aparts and a little piece of muslin fabric and a little piece of ribbon. This is a Tim Holtz phrase, says life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. And these little enamel dots came from Kraft Creations as well. Oh, and behind that I had another little pocket, and I don't have anything in this one, but I thought it was so cute. You could put more die cuts or photo mats or whatever inside of it. It's just a little wallet type. So that goes there, and I'll put these back in. Leave this up where it shows a little bit. And then here's your other waterfall. It's just a repeat of the other side. And then behind it I have a little notebook. It's just got lots of paper in it. I just stapled it in there. And that's all there is to this. It was real easy to make, a lot of fun. I do have a full tutorial following this walkthrough, and it includes the dimensions and the instructions for both of the projects, because the other one had a smaller waterfall with a pocket at the bottom. So I did include that in there as well. So if you want to make that version, that's fine, because it's all in there. And that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you make it. Share some photos with me if you will. Alright, have a great day. Bye now. Hello everyone, it's Bobbie at the Paper Jungle. Recently I posted this quad folio featuring Here Comes the Bride, and I've had requests to do a tutorial on it. I didn't do one at the time, but that's what we're going to do today, is a tutorial on this little folio. And I think this time I'm going to use Autumn Orchard. I've still got plenty of that paper left. It's beautiful, and I think it will work beautiful with the Kraft colored cardstock. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to take two 12 by 12 sheets of Kraft, and we're going to score both of them. Now I've already scored mine, but I'll do it with you. We're going to score at 5 all the way down, 5.5, and at 11 all the way down. We're going to do that on both pieces. Then you're going to flip one of them over so that the 1 inches face each other, because that's going to be your center. And then we're going to turn them both to the left one time, and we're going to score at 3 like that, and like this, 3. So when you put the 1 inches together, this will be your pocket down here at the bottom. Okay, the only other thing we need to do is where this 1 inch is down at the bottom, where the 1 inch and the 3 inch cross each other, we're going to turn it around to the top, and we're going to score it at 11.5, just up to that 3 inch mark. We'll do that to both of them. And where is it at? Right here. And on this one we'll score it at 1/2 because it's on the opposite side. Just up to the 3 inch mark. Okay. That's it for scoring. Now we're going to cut. Okay. And I'm going to use my paper trimmer because I typically don't cut that straight. But let me show you what we're going to do. This is the left half, and this is the right half. So on the left half, we are going to cut across this 3 inch all the way across to the far side of the 1/2 inch, and then we're going to cut down here. We're going to leave the 1/2 inch, but we're going to cut all the way across. Does that make sense? I hope it's dark enough for you to see. I'll cut mine and show you. I want to make sure everybody understands. So, I'm going to put it on, 3 inches. And I'm going to cut it all the way to the far side, and it's hard for me to tell if I'm right there, and I don't want to go over it. That's close enough. Now I'll take my scissors and cut on this line. And we're just going to take that block out. But this will be your fold over for your pocket. That's why we're leaving that. Then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're just going to take half of it away. Let me find here's my 3 inch, and right here. We're just going to cut that out. And I'll do that with my scissors. And on the 3 inch. all the way across to that second line. You move this out of the way. So what that's going to give you is, this is where your pocket will fold up, and that'll give you your little flange there for your pocket. Now see, I've got a little overhang here. Told you I don't cut very straight, so I'm going to trim this up a little bit more. Let me see if this one looks good. Okay, and we'll do the same thing to the other one. So we're going to take out, it's hard to see on this Kraft, I know. Let me draw a line here. We're going to take out that little piece here, but we're going to cut across, just so we've got that hinge. And we're going to cut here and here. See, I don't even draw straight. Okay, 3 inches. I'll put it on here. See if I got it straight. And about to here, and I can finish it up with my scissors. Just in a little bit farther, right there. And fold that so I can see where to cut. Cut this out. And we'll cut off this little piece. Geez, I've got the hiccups there. Let me fold these in and check my edges. Yep, this needs to be trimmed up just a hair. Don't need that overhang there. And I didn't take out the score line on this one. Let me turn it over this way. I'm going to straighten it up on the paper trimmer. Whoops. Boy, I'm making a wreck of everything. It's okay. I'll pick it up in a minute. It's not the end of the world. I don't want that much. I just need a sliver. Just right there. Just to straighten it up. It's just off a little sliver, but enough that it shows. And there's our pocket. So, let's get rid of all of this little pieces we cut. Let me pick up my mess here. I just knocked everything on the floor. I am a wreck looking for a place to happen, I think, sometimes. Alright, we can get rid of this. So there's our 2 pieces. Now this is going to be where we join it, the 1 inch, so let's fold and burnish that. And if you follow any of my tutorials, you know that I like to put a piece of chipboard in the spine of folios. And it doesn't have to be anything huge and earth-shattering, but it gives it a lot of support so that it lays nice. And we'll score this little pocket while we're here. Let's see I've got a little edge here. I can miter that so it lays nice and flat. And we'll miter this one. Just a tiny. And these top edges too. Okay. We're not going to miter that because it needs to be flat. I'll go ahead and miter these while I'm doing it. Okay. Now, these are going to glue together. But you want them to be just shy. And I like to put the right side inside the left side because this is going to be your front. And I don't like that. When this folds up, I want the raw edge to be down, not up. But that's just personal preference. You don't have to do it that way. Let me get my glue real quick. I left it in the other room. Be real quick. I think it's gotten warm enough recently that I'm not going to have to carry it in the other room at night. I normally take it in there so it doesn't get too cold. So, let me see how close this is. Yeah, that'll give me just a little bit of a... So I like to put it at the top of the scoreboard just to make sure I get good alignment. And I'm going to put my... There it comes. I thought it wasn't going to come out for a minute. I have a little small space heater I leave on at night when it's really cold, so my glue doesn't, I don't know what that is, doesn't get too cold because it ruins it if it does. Now we want to match up the top, not all the way to the score line, stay just off of it, just a hair. Just like that. That's perfectly straight. And I got some glue seeping out. And we've got a nice straight edge there. Okay, so these will be our pockets. This will be the front, the outside front. And I'm going to put chipboard here, here, and here. But I haven't cut it yet, so let me go get that and I'll be right back. Okay, we are ready to put these pieces together on the inside, and I have left my pen out of the glue again. Oh my goodness. Where is my pen? Who knows what I do with these things? I'm telling you what. And it's probably dried up. I've got two pens floating around here and can't keep track of either one of them. Make sure this pen will go through so I can get some glue out. Here we go, it's open. I'll find my pen here in a minute. So what I have done is I have cut my lightweight chipboard to match these little areas, and I just laid them face down on the design paper, glued them down, and then cut them out. So I'm going to add these to those areas, And then on these sides I used the plaid, and I matted it with yellow corn. It's the My Colors yellow corn. I had to think what I used. And I'm just going to glue those in place, and these will be where the waterfalls are at. Just like that. And then this little piece will go in the spine. Just helps to give it more stability, so whoops, so it doesn't collapse on itself. There we go. Finish this down real good. Then on the center portions, I've chosen this that has the, let me see, goes this way, so my riff line connects. So that goes there. I thought that was so pretty with all the fall colors in the blue barn. So that is going to go here. Well, get out of my way there. That little flap wants to keep winging up in my way. So just like that. Not quite straight. That's better. Now we can fold our little pocket in place. This needs to fold in just a little bit tighter. And see, that will hold up really nice. And we have the matching plaid for the pocket. Okay. We'll go over and do this side, and then we've got our big hinge there. This is the 1-inch hinge. And when I did the one with the mother of the bride, I put a little banner at the top that said Wedding Memories. And this is not that kind of an album, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet. I haven't decided on an embellishment for that. And then we can put this one down. This yellow and this print doesn't have to go all the way down because the pocket covers it, so I cut it a little short. And that way I can save my paper for something else. And there's that. I'll pull this in just a little bit tighter, just to give room for this piece here. We'll fold that pocket up. And then we've got this piece. Goes there. Just like that. These papers are so pretty. And I don't want to fold it up yet. It'll get in my way. And we'll put this little piece down. And one more piece. And then we can do the outside of the cover. Okay, now this one folds in. I haven't picked out a paper for these two yet. This folds together. And this makes your front cover right here. So this is the front cover, and we're going to put the truck on there. And I have it matted on BeDazzled Blue, which is also from my colors. This out so I can get a flat surface here. I haven't picked out any of the embellishments yet, so we will get to that eventually. This is your 1-inch hinge piece. Up just a little bit farther. There we go. See how the front bumper continues around? And then this one, I want to go that way. So let's lay this out. Well, I tell you, our weather in Texas has been so strange. One day cold, the next day hot. First you got on the heater because you're cold, and then it's too hot and you got to turn on the air. And okay, and this is going to go right here. Just a little higher, Bobbie. And straight. There we go. Well, that ain't straight. Can't make myself happy here. That's better. Here we go. Okay, now I've got my 2 small pieces that'll go on the spine. I'll glue those down, and then I will pick out something for these, and I'll be right back, and then we'll work on the waterfall on the inside. Okay, here's where we are. We have our papers on the front, on the outside, and I believe we did all this together. I'm not sure. I may have added these. I think I added these photo mats afterwards. So here's the back cover, the front cover, and the main spine. Then we have the pieces that fold in here and here. And don't forget to put your ribbons on before you put this piece down. Then when these fold out, can't even talk, whoops, don't dip it in the ink. You've got your 2 pockets, and then we'll have our waterfalls here. Now on the original one, I just did 3 on the waterfall. Let me show you. Grab it real quick. We only had 3 on the waterfall, and there was a pocket at the bottom. And I have the measurements for this on the cut list. There's just 3 here. And on this one, I'm going to take the waterfall all the way down, the full length of the page. So that gives us 6 photo mats, actually 12 on each side. Or you could do 6 photos and 6 journaling spots, whatever you want to do. But here's the first one I put together, and we'll do the other one. together, and it's just going to sit in here like this, and we'll just glue it at the top and the bottom, and that way it'll give you an insert like a belly band under here. But I wanted to show you what I did because there's so many thicknesses. Once we get papers on the back in front of each one of these flaps, it's going to be really thick, and I was afraid the magnet wouldn't hold. So I put a magnet on the back of the belly band, and I covered it with some packing tape so that whatever you slide up underneath wouldn't get caught on this. And then on page 3 I put a washer, and then on the back of the first photo mat I put the other magnet, so you've got a positive and a negative with the washer in between, and that will hold it down and it won't pop up on you. So let me close this up. I got something on this. I may have to replace that photo mat. So I'm going to lay this aside, and we're going to put the other one together. So I cut this 10 inches long, thinking I wanted it from top to bottom, and then I decided I didn't. But before I cut it off to 9.5, I'm going to head and lay down my mats and then judge accordingly from there. So this belly band makes it easy for you to get your photo mat straight too. So we're just going to add glue to each one of these 1/2 inch score lines, and we're going to match it up at the top of this first one. Make sure it's straight along the sides. And burnish that down. And then we'll continue putting each one of these pieces down, one right after the other. Make sure it lines up with the edges. There's 2, and that one doesn't look straight. There we go. And third one. That middle one's really bothering me. Number 4. Number 5. number 6. All right. There we go. Okay. Now the only thing I want to do paper cutter. What do with my, there's my pen, let me put it back. I want to put this in here so that this last flap matches the 1/2 inch mark. And then I'm going to score it and make sure that's straight. And we're going to score it at 1/2 inch, and then we can cut this extra off. Actually, I'll just cut it off with this. Here we go. Took care of that. And then I want to miter this just a hair so I don't have any edges hanging out. And then I'm going to ink this bottom piece. Oops, got a lot of ink on that. It's okay, it's not going to show so much.
You in there, baby? Okay.
Okay, for the magnets, I'm going to put right below where my finger is. I'm going to put one magnet. Now, gotta let go. Gotta get this back off.
Hey, Nana.
Yeah, honey.
Is dinner ready?
No, but I'm recording.
Oh, shit.
It's okay. It's cooking. It'll be ready shortly.
Who had all my chips?
I was told Libby I was going to blame him on her, but it was me. And on the third one, we're going to put the washer with a piece of score tape. And then behind the first one, we're going to put the other magnet after we take off the protective piece. Well, you'd think I had enough nails for it. If it'll let go of me. And we're going to close this down and pick up our magnet. There we go. So now we can add our design paper to the front. Like that. And then we have the stripes for each one of these little pieces. I have to ink these yet. Everything else was inked. So I will do that and glue these down, and then I'll be back.